Welcome back my dear students. In this video I explained about the life cycle of Ascaris lumbricoids. In previous video I explained the structure of the Ascaris. Now in this video let me explain about the life cycle of Ascaris lumbricoids. Okay, right. So this is the life cycle. This goes on. Okay, right. Here the Ascaris is a monozytic parasite. That means it completes in its life cycle in a single host. Okay, right. It lives in the small intestine of the man. Okay, right. So these are the male and female organisms. Okay, female worms. Okay, right. In the small intestine, so generally the male and female organisms undergoes copulation. Okay, undergoes copulation. So they undergoes copulation. Okay, they undergoes copulation. Okay, so after the copulation, the female worm releases 2 lakhs of eggs in a day. Okay, after the copulation, generally the female worm releases, okay, so 2 lakhs of eggs in one day. Okay, right. So these are the eggs which are released by the female Ascaris. Okay, so generally the egg of the Ascaris, once we see the structure, internally the structure of the egg. So generally the egg is the external structure of egg has a rippled surface. So the egg is surrounded by a protein layer outerly. Okay, the protein layer is a rippled like surface. So this is the protein layer. The egg of the Ascaris is surrounded by a protein layer. It was a rippled or wrinkled like shape. Okay, right. So the protein, that's why, so generally the Ascaris eggs are called as mammillated eggs. The Ascaris eggs are called as mammillated eggs. Why? Because they are surrounded by a protein layer. Okay, right. So below the protein layer, there is a chitinous. There is a chitinous layer is present. Okay, and also lipid layer is also present. So below the protein there is a 2 layers. So this is the protein layer. Below the protein there is a chitinous. Okay, so chitinous layer, and below the chitinous there is a lipid layer. So there is a lipid layer. Like these 3 layers are surrounded to the egg. Okay, right. So this is about the egg. So Ascaris egg is called as mammillated eggs. Okay, right. So so these eggs comes out from the man through their facial matter. Okay, these eggs comes discharged out from the man through their facial matter. Okay, through their facial matter. Okay, so when it comes into the external condition, so then in the moist soil, the egg goes to undergoes to development. Okay, so generally the first development takes place in the egg in the moist soil. So when the eggs comes from the man to the outside, okay, so then in a moist soil the first development takes place in the egg. Okay, so after the development, the first larval stage is produced in the egg. So this is the first larval stage. So this is the red denoted structures which is present inside the egg. So that is called as rhabditiform larva. This is the larva. This is the red denoted like structure which is showing inside the egg. This is called as the larva. The name is rhabditiform larva. Rhabditiform. So first rhabditiform larva is produced in the moist soil. Okay, right, in the egg. Okay, so after the producing the first rhabditiform larva, now it goes to first molting. It takes the first molting. So molting. It undergoes the first molting. The first rhabditiform larva undergoes first molting. Molting means here the exchanging of the external layer. Okay, so it excretion of external layer, okay, so elimination of external layer, okay, so that is called as molting. Okay, it leaves the external layer, okay, and forms the new layer on the body surface. Okay, so that is called as molting. Okay, like or ecdysis. So during the first molting, the first rhabditiform larva produce into the second rhabditiform larva. Okay, so after the first molting, the first rhabditiform larva produce the second rhabditiform larva. So the second rhabditiform larva is the infective stage. Okay, so second rhabditiform larva is the infective stage to a new person. Okay, so now the second rhabditiform larva infects the new host. Okay, so through their contaminated food and water, it reaches the new person. Okay, so when the healthy person takes the contaminated food or water, then these larval form, the second rhabditiform larva, now it goes into the small intestine of the new person. Okay, new man, new host. Okay, right. Here, when it goes into the new person, enter into the new person, okay, in the small intestine, it gets dissolves the egg cell. It dissolves the cell gets dissolved. Okay, so by their host enzymes, by using their host enzymes, okay, the cell will get dissolved in the small intestine. Then what happens? The inner, which is present inside of the inside of the egg, the larva, the rhabditiform larva, the second rhabditiform larva, now it comes, it released outside from the egg into the small intestine. Okay, so now the larva is released from the egg into the small intestine. Okay, now in the small intestine, generally the second rhabditiform larva now undergoes external migration. It shows the external migration. Now the larva shows the external migration. So okay, right. So external migration means what is? So this is also called as external intestinal migration. Okay, right. So here from the intestine, it goes through the various organs in our body. Okay, right. Like now we see the external migration and external intestinal migration. So here the first rhabditiform, the second rhabditiform larva, which is released from the egg, it reaches the liver first. Okay, first. So through the hepatic portal vein, the second rhabditiform larva reaches the liver first. Okay, so from the liver, through the postal caval vein, it reaches the heart. Okay, from the liver, through the postal caval vein, it reaches the heart. From the heart, through the pulmonary artery, it reaches the lungs. Okay, are you clear? So from the heart, so through the pulmonary artery, it reaches the lungs. Okay, right. In the lungs, there is alveolus are present. Okay, in the alveolus, so generally the parasite, the larval form, second rhabditiform larval form, it gets second molting. It undergoes second molting. Okay, in the alveolus. Okay, in the alveolus, the alveolus are present in the lungs. Okay, so in the alveolus, the second rhabditiform larva undergoes second molting to produce third stage of rhabditiform larva. Okay, in the alveolus, now the second rhabditiform larva undergoes second molting to produce third stage of rhabditiform larva. Okay, then the third stage of rhabditiform larva again undergoes third molting to produce fourth stage of rhabditiform larva. Okay, so both moltings, second and third moltings takes place in the alveolus only. Okay, then it become a fourth stage of rhabditiform larva. Now the fourth stage of rhabditiform larva, now it leaves the alveolus or lungs, and then it return back into the small intestine. small intestine. It reaches small intestine. Okay, after the second and third molting, when it becomes a fourth stage of rabbit fern larva, the fourth stage of rabbit fern larva, now it returns to the small intestine. Okay, right. So in the small intestine, when it reaches the small intestine, then it undergoes fourth molting. Okay, fourth molting, and it become a young one. It become a young one. Okay, so within 8 to 10 weeks, so the young ones attains the sexual maturity. Okay, and it transforms into adult forms, transforms into a adult worms. Okay, so this is the life cycle of Ascaris lumbricoids. Okay, this is the life cycle of Ascaris lumbricoids. So this portion is totally called as the external intestinal migration. Okay, external intestinal migration. That means the larva goes into the various organs. Okay, it migrates various organs in our body. Then finally it went into the it goes into the small intestine. Okay, so then it goes the fourth molting, and then it become young ones. Young ones generally 8 to 10 weeks. It feed upon the food and attains the sexual maturity, and then it gradually transforms into adults. Okay, right. So this is the life cycle. So generally, Ascaris lumbricoides causes the disease called ascariasis. Okay, Ascaris lumbricoides causes a disease called ascariasis. Ascariasis. Okay, right. The symptoms are generally in this disease severe abdominal pain. Okay, severe abdominal pain and a loss of appetite. Okay, so loss of appetite and severe abdominal pain and stunted growth in children. Okay, the growth deficiency will occur in the children. Okay, so these are the symptoms of ascariasis.